Far up in the north of Sweden, where the forests are dense and the rivers run wild, there is a small family-owned company forging bright ideas. 250 years ago, one man's great idea started a long journey, and since then the people of the company have taken on many challenging tasks. Today, thousands of customers all over the world depend on this company to get the job done. With their innovations, forestry machines can climb mountains and maneuver through wetlands, and at the same time be ground-friendly, consume less energy, and minimize environmental impact. With their innovations, graders and snowplows can keep our roads safe for driving year-round, with reduced fuel consumption and less need for salt on the roadways. With their innovation, construction machines can take on tougher jobs, thanks to high-performance wear edges and wear bars that protect and cut where it's needed most. The name of this company is Olofsfors, and this is their story. In 1762, 20 years before the United States became a country, John Jennings came to Västerbotten County in the north of Sweden. At the time, Jennings was one of the most powerful men in Sweden. Jennings found the ideal place for an ironworks. He saw the forest and the rivers. Then he named the place Olofsfors and built a blast furnace and a forge. And a lot of great ideas were about to be forged. It was hard work in the beginning, but fires or war just 100 kilometers away or a bad harvest could not stop this company. In the 1860s, Per Wikström founded a sawmill company and later became majority owner of Olofsfors Bruk. Per Wikström was the great-great-grandfather of current owners Anders and Carl Wikström.
In the mid-19th century, Per Wikström bought himself a part of Olofsfors Bruk. That's 160 years ago. Now, my brother Carl and I, Anders, owns this amazing business. We're the 5th generation Wikström, the bloodline from Per Wikström.
During industrialization, Olofsfors grew from small-scale ironworks to manufacturing forging. When Bell patented the telephone in 1876, Olofsfors produced wagon wheels. In the beginning of the 1900s, about the time the Wright brothers created the first powered aircraft, Olofsfors also needed to take off. Bookkeeper Victor Ehrman saw potential in a new line of business and bought machines for chain production. It became a success. Olofsfors quickly adapted to the development, and in the 1950s increased production from chain to tracks. This was the beginning of Echo Tracks. In the early 1970s, things really started to happen. Large investments were made to double production capacity. Another important innovation was the use of boron steel in their products, giving Olofsfors a competitive edge. This is another example of how Olofsfors has been adopting new technologies, new methods, and embracing change. Adopt and change. Olofsfors was now on a roll and ready for more. Ingmar Stenmark conquered the slopes, and Olofsfors acquired Systems Svedland, one of their biggest clients, who produced a well-known Trax brand with a large market share, giving the company a great position. Closing the 1970s, Olofsfors was now ready to widen their product portfolio, this time launching cutting edges and wear bars. It took a couple of decades for the brand to be born, but this was the birth of Bruksite. In the 1980s, the company left the barn and moved to new premises. Olofsfors was separated from the Masonite Group in 1982. Per Wikström bought the entire company and ensured that the 120-year-old industrial tradition of the family would go on. The company continued with new product development. In the mid-1980s, a door opened and P300 entered. An edge for snowplows and motor graders. A couple of years of marketing, learning, and working with it gave results. Today, P300 is an important part of the Shark Edges system. In the late 80s, sales were strong and new investments in production equipment were made. The company consequently needed more space. Another 1,000 square meters was added to the premises. Between 1991 and 95, the company grew 321%. Olofsfors, now with two separate marketing organizations, one for tracks and one for wear steel, went global. In the beginning of the new millennium, Olofsfors made their largest investment ever of 75 million Swedish crowns to create a fully automated production line for tracks. With this, Olofsfors doubled capacity. Since 1970, the company has gone from 6 to 165 employees and increased its turnover from 2 million Swedish crowns to 450. Some things haven't changed since Jennings saw that stunning view of nature back in 1762. These pristine rivers and forests are at the heart of where we live. We need them, and we need to take good care of them. In this ever-changing market, we also need to deliver quality products, search for innovative ideas, adapt, and change. Olofsfors has been forging good ideas since the start. What ideas will carry us into the future? What ideas do you have? Olofsfors, forging bright ideas.